So hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and we are going to continue with Nolan's little secrets. Let us go. Chapter 2. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my god, I can't. Okay. She fell asleep, huh? Oh well. As Olivia wears herself out thinking and nods off, I pick her up and carry her to the bed, then put a blanket over her. I think then begin another round of grumbling with the password. Mr. C says I am familiar with the number, but it's not my birthday or my phone number, or even my office street address. What other number could it be? Damn it, I told the others I'll have it open in no time. My pride will no longer allow me to give up and ask Mr. C if it will look pathetic. However, I'm at my wit's end. Try as I might, I can't come up with any other number. Is there anything around me I can get ideas from? Court documents, a television manuscript, what else? Not me. I stop and stare at Livia, who is still asleep. Doesn't she have it easy? Oh, I wonder. I realize it is a long shot, but I try Livia's room number and birthday only to have them both fail, much to my dismay. Damn it. Does this mean I'm still overlooking something? Trying to solve this password is starting to annoy me. I stop and chide myself to let a little game upset me, then lean down next to Livia. You always look so calm, I envy you. Well, maybe I should take a break and try again tomorrow. All my stress adroitly vanishes, and almost immediately I begin to feel rejuvenated. Following a quick kiss on Livia's cheek, I start preparing for bed. The following morning. I must have dozed off without realizing. I hope Nolan wasn't upset. He asked me to help come up with ideas, but I must have fallen asleep. I left him on his own. To top it all off, I'm in bed, which means Nolan has to have carried me here. The blanket covers me, feels nice and comfy. Looks like I end up distracting him after all. I should apologize, but where is he? I glance over and find him lie beside me, snoring peacefully. Then I spot the arched case on the table. It is still closed. The paper lying next to it covers the numbers and looks nearly black. He must have stayed up quite a while working on the password. Wow, it looks like he was getting desperate. He really can't stand defeat, can he? A smile rises on my lips as I gaze at Nolan's sleeping face. The proof of his desperation lies in the roughly scrolled numbers towards the bottom of the page. I can easily imagine him sitting through there, nearly pulling his hair out while writing down every number that comes to mind. It looks like he was up late last night. I'd like to let him sleep a little longer, but he'll be late for work. I have no choice but to wake Nolan up. Good morning, Josh. Josh, I'll have the usual. Certainly, Nolan. How about you, Olivia? Would you like a sandwich, assortment and coffee? Yes, please. After a short wait, Josh returns without breakfast. Breakfast. Nolan receives his usual selection of mixed fruits. All through breakfast, he quietly sits there reading the paper. Although he does this every morning, something about his demeanor today seems different. What's wrong, Nolan? You look really serious this morning. I was hoping maybe I'll spot some hints about the password in one of those articles, but there's nothing here. You seem to be taking your time this morning. Do you have the day off? Yeah, I had to work an extra day recently and got today off in compensation. Perfect. You can come into the office with me. I want you to solve that password for me while I'm stuck working. What? You want me to solve it? What does she mean by you're horrible? Okay, I wanna see what she means by that. I don't know if I chose it last time. You're horrible. Is there any other business that's important to you than this? Than me? No. Then what do you need to complain about? Fine, okay. It sure looks like what's inside the case is important. I guess I have no other choice than to help him. Huh? Why is it his name but it's a him? Should it be me saying that? Okay, who knows? If you don't feel like staying with me, you may be dismissed. No, I didn't mean that. I didn't want to stay with you. You're so insidious. That makes a very grim. Fine, I'll do it then. Although I'm not satisfied at all, I make myself understood. I don't even know what she meant by that. What is really horrible? Oh, my secretary is out today, so we'll have the office all to ourselves with no interruptions. He grins. Spending the day alone with Nolan sounds nice. I only hope I can solve the password. That last part has me a little concerned. Nolan begins working the moment we arrive at his office. Meanwhile, I take a seat in front of the arched case and start thinking about passwords. Nolan, have you thought of any more hints? He continues to read documents while responding. I've tried pretty much everything I can think of. So no hint, huh? Hint. That's what you're here for. What do you mean? I give him a puzzled look. I've tried entering all the numbers I can think of that are familiar to me. However, it's possible a new perspective from someone's viewpoint might come up with others. However, it's possible a new perspective from someone else's viewpoint might come up with others. You're thinking I might come up with some number that are familiar to you that you haven't thought of? Correct. It might even be something I couldn't care less about, but you or Mr. C find important. I find an objective viewpoint to see past my biases. So I'm supposed to look at your objective. I'm supposed to look at you objectively and come up with a password that doesn't help me much. Maybe not, but that's what you're going to do. Yes, sir. If you don't get that open, Joy, Cody, and Carlo, not to mention Mr. C, are all going to laugh at me. That's right, in the middle of all that excitement yesterday, he boldly stated he could have it opened in no time. There are 4 digits, and every digit can be from 0 to 9. That makes 10,000 possible solutions. Worst case, you could try them all one by one and arrive at the answer, but it would possibly take a while. You want me to punch 10,000 combinations? Only if you absolutely have to in order to solve it. I'm just saying every problem has at least one solution. But 10,000 entries? That's impossible. Still, Nolan has told me to solve the password, so that is what I start working on. Except from the ticking of the clock and the beeping sound of password, the office is silent. Nolan promises we'll be alone together, but I am certainly not getting to enjoy it any. An hour passes by as I continue to punch in numbers. Eventually, Nolan appears to finish with his paperwork and walks over to stand beside me. How is it going? How do you think? It is pointless. I managed to come up with a few more numbers and wrote them down. Give this a try. He hands me a single paper from a notepad. I have no idea what the numbers are, and I can only assume they are somehow related to Nolan. Say, Nolan. Would you consider giving up? Why don't you admit defeat and ask Mr. C for the answer? You said earlier you wanted to use your time effectively. Solving this password is the biggest waste of time I can think of. I can't. That's only because you're being stubborn. It's not that. I'm curious to know what number Mr. C chose that he thinks I will recognize. And if you ask him, he'll tell you. That's cheating. Don't you agree it will be rude to cheat after he was kind enough to arrange this? Something must have been on Mr. C's mind when he set this combination. We have to consider what that could be. While he's at it, I wish he'll consider what's on my mind as I sit here trying to solve this thing. This is an important task you're working on. Of course, I'll make it worth your while. And if you manage to open the case, I'll give you a reward. Oh, wait a second. You're not fooling me that easy. You can ask for anything you want. Anything? Nolan sits down next to me and hugs me tightly. I know. How about a trip? With you? Yeah, who else do you expect? That sounds nice. His temptations are beginning to tickle my fancy. It feels like I am the one getting the reward when I sit here holding you like this. Oh, what am I thinking? I'm supposed to be asking what you'd like. I would like it if you held me a little longer, except it is going to come out of reward. I never understand that sentence. No, I'll make it an exception. After all, you haven't solved the password yet. His remark elicits a smile from me. As I sit there in his arms, I start imagining all the wonderful things I might ask for once I solve the password. Oh, chapter 3 already. Nolan and I remain in each other's arms for a while, and fortunately, it can't last forever. Before long, he returns to his job and I get back to working on the password. Except I'm all out of ideas for numbers to try. I try entering each of the numbers on the paper Nolan hands me earlier and they all come up empty. Whew. I take a break from starting at the password staring, right? I take a break from staring at the password display to glance around the office. As expected, Nolan's office is immaculate and there is not a speck of dust to be seen anywhere. His secretary is absent today, but I realize it must be the result of his efforts. Meanwhile, Nolan is intently looking over documents for his new trial. He looks so handsome just quietly sitting there working. I stare at him in fascination for a while until he suddenly notices my gaze. What? Did you solve it? It doesn't look like you have. Oh, sorry, You just what? He was staring at me. There must have been a reason. Nope, no reason. I can't tell when you're lying. He places his hand on my chair when leaning over and checks the arched case is still locked. You haven't even entered a new password. You got distracted, didn't you? You could say that. You look so handsome sitting there focusing on your work. What a waste of time. Now trying being productive for a change and solve the password. I wasn't wasting time. Besides, what's wrong with me admiring your appearance? Who cares what I look like? I'm just sitting here, working. There is no reason to spend your time staring at me. That's not true, okay? Are you going to tell me you have never stared at me for no reason? Enough already. Now hurry up and solve that password. He immediately returns to his seat and starts reading over documents again. That's too bad. I could sit here and watch him for hours. Hey, is he blushing? Too cute, you're too cute. It must be my imagination. Unfortunately, I have to work to solve this password. I return my attention to punching in numbers. Oh, and yeah, guys, I'm going to end there or else I'll continue reading through the end. But yes, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Toodoo!